least one of us did our hair.
There we go.
Wow.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Good, I think.
So what are we going to see, Alex?
Harry Potter. Oh no, Hobbit.
The Hobbit. It also starts with an H, which is good.
So close.
The Battle of Five Armies.
Five armies. That's
Who are the 5 armies? I read the
Humans,
books, but I don't remember.
Dwarves.
Elves.
Books. There was one book.
Orcs.
One Hobbit book.
Sorry, well, yeah. Sorry, I read the 4 books.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
Not even
Wait,
I know, we're trying to go
Not even
is it dragon?
It's
Is
fine.
it dragon?
The dragon's
army?
not an
The dragon's
army.
not an army. The dragon
Well,
is
you
a
never
dragon.
know.
I have a feeling the dragon
so
dies in the
okay,
first
let's
Let's
5
start with the
minutes.
obvious ones. Elves, orcs, men,
Dwarves.
dwarves,
Orakai.
Orakai.
There you
No.
go.
There are
Can't be
Does it count as
Orakai.
one thing?
There could be another army of dwarves or a different army of elves.
Or something, yeah.
Because you know, in the
Centaurs.
first movie where like
That's
they
also
run
Harry
into
Potter.
the
Damn
elves.
it.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they want something that's in the
That's in there.
that's in there. And if have any of you seen the extended editions?
Of which? The movies?
Yes.
The Lord of the Rings movies?
Not Lord of the Rings, the Hobbits.
I haven't seen the extended Hobbits.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Well, they do a much better job
some-
explaining that, you know, when dwarves get money, they go crazy, as I think anyone
Right.
does.
Could be
Yeah.
the wizards. Do the wizards count as an army?
I don't think so.
The eagles?
But, like, there might be, like,
Eagles.
dwarves versus...
I would think if
Elves
anything,
versus
there's
humans.
multiple elves, because there's like the wood elves, and then there
There are a lot of
main
elves. There's just so
Right,
many
that's
races,
true.
and why are we always segregating races? We should just all join together and hold hands and not fight each other.
That's a really good point, but then we wouldn't
Yeah,
have a movie to be
kumbaya
seen
and all
right
that
now.
soul shit.
They make kid movies
Not
like
about
that.
love. The Kumbaya of Five Armies.
Yeah, they all just stand around and hold
Who
hands
sings
around
the
a campfire.
loudest?
The chant of the 5 drum circles. Let's do it.
Yeah, so, thoughts?
I'm exceptionally excited. I'm walking into this with exceptionally high expectations. I tried to come into it with very low expectations, just so that I would be pleasantly surprised and leave feeling really good, but I can't help it, so I'm excited.
I think it's cool, because I believe there's going to be unseen stuff that wasn't in the book that were like manuscripts written by Tolkien or some other crazy stuff. Plus, I believe the idea is that, you know, the 6 are supposed to meld one right into the next, right? So this should end leading right into Lord of the Rings.
And that's my problem
perfect.
with it.
Movie night tonight. Yeah.
Right.
We know where this is going.
Yeah, we do. We know.
There's
exactly
no
what's gonna
surprise ending. There's not going to be any like, oh my god.
There could be.
Unless they just, it was all hype and now they're gonna, totally
I
screw us over.
have
and actually
low
twist it.
expectations
They
for
could
it.
just add the entire twist on.
I mean,
The only-
they've done the traveling. That's all done. What's left?
Kill Smog.
They got to kill the dragon. That's going to happen in like the first 20 minutes. Okay, then what?
And then the huge
Then there's the battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah.
Which is what? What's that going to be?
2 hours of fighting. How awesome does that sound?
It's not going to be like 300. Because there's going to be politics and crap. It's going to be bleh.
I think
It's gonna be
it's-
like Lord of the Rings.
It'll get to the
It's gonna
point
be
where
like
it's
Return
like,
of the King.
oh my god, we can't go on, and then they find strength through Bilbo or something,
But like,
and just push through it.
where are they going? They're
done.
done. He has to go home. That's it.
No, they are home. That's the thing. Well, Bilbo has to go home.
Yeah.
Everybody else is home.
He's probably going to ride on a frickin' eagle because they're going to run out of time. They're going to be like, oh shit, we only got 5 minutes left in this film. Let's get the eagles again.
They already did that in the first Hobbit though, so I don't know if they can actually do it multiple times.
Why
in the
didn't they
series.
just? Why didn't the eagles just fly in there in the
Seem like
first place? Because it
sub-series
was
of
dangerous or
series.
something. Bullshit.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have this entire 3 movies.
It's one book. It's like this big.
I know, but they needed to make it into 3 movies so they could make all this money off of it.
Of course.
I just looked. They made
Of course,
$300
they took
million
the shortest
from the
book
first
and
one.
made it into 3 movies, but all the other books were, which actually were more
Had
substantial.
enough meat to make 3 movies per book.
Maybe
I
they'll
don't
remake
know.
the Lord of the Rings movies after this, and include like make each movie
By the end of it, Orlando Bloom will be like 80.
like a
They
fellowship.
could, but I'm not sure that would be a good idea.
The Fellowship's like 3 movies, and then
Sure if Lord of the Rings
Two
is
Towers
a
is another
kind
3
of
movies,
series.
and then Return of the King's another 3 movies.
Movie series.
Yeah.
You got a
That'd be
12
awesome.
movie, 14-day marathon.
Yeah, it's just like a complete, it's already a saga, but this is like an epic saga
Yeah.
of epicness.
Alright.
But yeah, so I don't know. The one thing that I'm hoping for that never gets really let down is that it will be a sensory adventure,
Sensory overload.
You're right, it's gonna look good. It's always got good little tunes,
Yep.
Music's good, looks good. That
It's
part of it
aesthetically
will be.
pleasing.
It is aesthetically pleasing. I feel
Really
like
clever and
the
Yeah.
plot line is kind of stretched out, so I feel like that might get to be a little bit of a
I'm
thing.
excited to see what they do with Legolas, because he's just not in the book, and he's all over this movie.
That's true. Well, because Orlando Bloom sells things. Cause
His girlfriend
It's
dies.
very pretty.
And I'll be happy for that.
Oh.
Because then he's all mine.
Whoa.
Okay, I think we should
the Canadian teenager.
we should go see the movie now. All right.
Let's do this.
All right, Hobbit.
It's like
Chills for how amazing that was.
Needs to focus. There we go.
Shivered by how good it was.
so.
My eyes hurt. It was so good.
The Hobbit, Battle of Five Armies. We got the Five Armies figured out.
Not really still.
No,
No.
I still-
There were
can't figure
goblins.
this.
Goblins and orcs. I mean, they were all
No,
kind of
no.
on the same team, but
Okay, was it the goblins? The goblins were kind of just mercenaries. I don't know if we can call it a whole
Well, I
army.
think what they're referring to are
Is
the
it the
two
second,
different
the two
orcs.
orcs,
Yeah,
right?
The
I think it's the two
Yeah.
armies of
Right,
orcs.
two armies.
but they're
of
like
orcs.
working
Like-
on the same team. It's kind of like World War II, where it was like Russia and Germany for a bit.
Alright, that's a
then-
fair
and then-
analogy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
one of the
Fuck
orcs
yeah.
didn't turn on the other orcs in the end.
Well, they didn't get a chance to.
No, that's true.
They didn't really.
Probably would've.
I don't know.
So yeah, we've established,
So
Yeah,
dwarves, elves, men, orcs, worse orcs, bats.
More orcs.
There really weren't that many
Battle
men.
bats.
No,
No,
it
just a
was
bunch of fishermen from a
villagers.
little town. You know?
Can we establish, by the way, what a missed opportunity it was when Orlando says that those bats that were bred for battle were bred for one thing, and that is war? Not battle? Bats bred for battle.
Battling bats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batman.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, and really, like the bats. I don't know how they were defeated because all of a sudden
Eagles.
they just.
The Eagles.
I didn't see.
Yeah, the Eagles were
The
doing
Eagles
it.
attacked them. I saw the Eagles attack the orcs.
The Eagles.
Yeah, and then they were flying.
That's
through the air
like
and they
the
were grabbing
typical
the bats.
cop-out, like,
I wasn't.
Guys, we're running out of time in the movie. How are we gonna wrap this up? So the Eagles. The Eagles.
We totally called that. Plus, I don't even think it took like 20 minutes to get rid of smog.
No.
No.
We had
You-
two movies worth of
spot on.
smog, and then all of a sudden,
He's
10
just
minutes.
gone.
That was just like the opening roll before the title sequence.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. So what was everyone's thoughts?
I
Awesome.
think I was about to say I still think it's good.
Cinematics were phenomenal.
As I said going in.
The HG was so good that you could see Orlando Bloom's contacts. You could see
Okay.
his contact lenses in his eyes.
I think what
Twice.
it could. I think that was good. We could have used the higher frame rate. You know, I noticed blur sometimes when they were doing pans and scans of the landscape.
Yeah,
You
you're
know what I
totally
mean? If
Right.
you had
it
a
was kind
high
of shaky.
But there was
Right.
some weird like computer. I don't know if it was computer or
Yeah,
just
like the
all
faces seemed to, and you could tell some of them were computer generated. That it was almost.
I mean,
too,
obviously they're not gonna have that
Oh,
many
that's
elves,
intense.
but they all look the same, and it's just kind of.
But like
Right.
use your
That's-
computer cinematic graphics on like the background people, not the forefront people, like they were.
Yeah,
not the,
that's why a lot of people don't think that these ones will stand the test of time as well as the other Lord of the Rings.
Because they actually had all those people.
Right, in the Lord of the
That's true.
Rings movies, they actually, like, very little of it was actually computer graphics. Most of it was actually, like, legit. Whereas in this, they just went the lazy route and everything.
The
was
cheap
computer-
route.
But
Right.
imagine how many times they would have had to try to get Legolas climbing up that falling ladder of concrete if they didn't CGI that.
Well, that
It
is
is
true.
You get one shot
Very
or you're
impressive.
falling
It makes you
in
want to
there,
be like an elf. I wish I could react to things that fast. That was awesome.
You just gotta set the Stairmaster to high.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good. Action-packed. Lots
Yeah.
of battling. Lots of stuff.
I always say
Just
that
the
you
whole
can
thing
use
was
more
a battle.
battling, but
No.
How? When did they
I don't
have
know,
more
yeah, I don't think there
battling?
was
just
any
there was some
There was
non-battling,
like an
really.
entire 5 minutes of that 3 hours.
I
that
just
was
mean
not
like
battling.
more like instead of just one-on-one action, there was a lot of one-on-one action there.
Oh yeah, a lot of
That was
one-on-one
awesome.
action. Oh yeah.
But like
You want a little more than
more,
that?
more mass like orgy battles.
Yeah. a little-
Battles, yeah.
I like the one-on-one.
Oh, that's good for
Oh,
you.
at the very beginning, when all the wizards were fighting. in
Oh, that was
Dumbledore, that
good.
was kind of cool.
That was
There
good.
was a little
Did
bit
you
of
guys
that.
know Christopher Lee? You know Saruman? Saruman?
Saruman?
Saruman? He's 92 years old.
Good for him.
Holy hell.
I could tell. He's got like gray hair. He's
Which means like Lord of the
He's
Rings, he's
old.
like in his
His eyebrows.
80s still. Like that man is old as shit. But man, that's awesome. That's good, kicking it.
So how many dying dragons would you give this?
How many
I
did you
also,
get?
sorry,
Out
I
of
also,
10.
them.
Out of 10.
I also liked that that Thorin pulled the John Wick at the end. You know, John Wick fighting, and then he allows himself to be stabbed to then throw off to.
Yeah, except John Wick lived. Spoilers.
Fair enough, fair enough. I just when
Yeah,
I
I
saw
wouldn't
that, I
mind
was
if
like,
Thorin lived. Kind of.
yeah.
True.
I liked that it threw in that element of, you know, it wasn't
It's almost like self-sacrifice.
right. It was a bittersweet ending. You know, it was good.
It wasn't
everyone
bitter
won.
enough.
Yeah, I guess.
Although
I
you
was
were
a
wrong.
little bit more bitter about Keely, to be honest. And I was like, fucking tell her. If she had just stayed out of it, I think he would have been fine. If she hadn't come back and
Right.
said, Keely,
Right.
distracted. He would have been fine.
Yeah.
He was doing great till she showed up.
Yeah,
Almost
but
got
that's...
herself killed.
Yeah, but...
Women,
It's
right?
Yeah, it just adds to that whole, it's that moment of tragicness.
Feels.
It had that
Feels.
typical,
I know, if she
every
wasn't so dippy about it, though. Like, if it was cooler, if it hadn't just been her coming in and fucking everything up, and they still could have incorporated the feels without having her just come in and ruin everything, that
I
would have been
hear
a
ya.
better way to do that.
I also was thinking that, it was your typical, there was that point in time, obviously, where the battle starts going poorly, and then Thorin does his old self-loathing, walk on the golden floor, comes to his moment of realization, throws the helmet, charges out into battle to turn
Which
the
happens
sides.
every single movie.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
My
That
God
is your
damn.
standard...
I've seen this before. Oh no, we're gonna get defeated. Rally, guys. Oh, we got it. We won.
Oh, I especially love that when the dwarves did rally, they made use of flying V formation coming
True.
out of the
Yeah,
mountain. That
that's
was
true.
great. That was well
true.
executed.
Historic
But they didn't
battle
call
plan.
for it. Like if they would have just called
If they
it,
would have called for it, it would have been better. But the
Flying
fact they
V.
knew, the fact that they just knew to take on flying V and went for it, and it was clearly
course.
effective.
When they were all just like, King's going for it? Okay, I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm right behind you, dude. Don't worry. You got
I'll
this.
just think, he's probably the first to die, so I'll go. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Down for them.
Mhm.
Didn't
Well
it?
done.
But it was still, I found it entertaining. It was a decent length, but it didn't feel like, I was enthralled.
Only like 2
I was
hours
captivated.
and 15 minutes.
The
Didn't
first
feel like
20
it went
minutes,
fast.
everyone's complaining about how they're on fire. The 20 minutes after that, they're all complaining, oh, it's cold.
Make up your fucking mind.
And I'm wet, I need blankets.
Pick one. Jesus.
Yeah.
Which would you rather have?
Okay, so, dragons, out of 10.
I'm going to have to go a solid 9.5.
9.5.
9.5.
9.5.
A lot of dragons.
10?
Loved it.
I'd go
Got all
like,
the feels.
I'd go like 8.
8?
Yeah.
I'd do 7. The movie's...
Because you had to pee too much for the last end of it.
I
You
did
couldn't
have to
even
pee.
enjoy
It hurt. It didn't hurt like in my bladder. It hurt like up in my
See
esophagus.
what happens in credits. You
Yeah.
You're a sit through the credits just in case kind of guy.
I was like
Great
cursing,
idea.
like the movie didn't end. I was like, okay, it can end here, and then it would be like next scene, I'd be like, fuck!
Yeah, but it did, as we said, it tied right into like the exact scene from the beginning of, Lord of the
That's
Rings.
again them running out of money and being like, shit, how can we end this off without spending anything? Oh, we'll
It's
use
like-
the exact same scene.
I think
It's like the Indiana Jones, the 4th one. It's like, where is this coming to? Oh, we gotta end it. Aliens. Fly away in a UFO. It's like, we can't think of anything better. We're just gonna end off the entire series with aliens.
I think it would be better if they started with the Hobbit, because all these characters who are in the Lord of the Rings are fighting, and it's like,
They're
not gonna die. They're not gonna die. What's the point?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Legolas is big.
Legolas-
Because there
It's
was
like
no
you-
other way to figure out who lives and survives in these movie series otherwise than if they'd done it in the other order. There would be no way to figure that out.
I mean,
who lives or dies otherwise.
If you didn't read the
It's not like
books,
there you go.
if you didn't read the books
hinting at
though,
there.
like,
Yeah.
who reads anymore? It's
Not
all,
many people.
Shoot.
Can anybody tell me how the Lord of the Rings ends? I have not actually finished the last.
the elves go fuck off, they take Frodo with them.
That's
Everyone
the
lives happily
movie,
ever
That's
after.
not the. Is that?
What?
You haven't seen that?
No, I've seen. Sorry. I've seen the movies. I mean the books, because I'm told that the books end differently than the
Maybe
movies.
slightly differently. I don't know. You guys
Nobody
put a
knows.
comment and we'll
Nobody here
tell
has
Aaron.
actually read the books.
Yeah, I've read the, no, I haven't. The book, I've tried
Okay.
I've tried on many occasions. They're long-winded.
Because I probably read them like 10 years ago,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
and
High
like
school
I
circuit.
missed the last half of this.
Yeah.
Of those
It's
books.
hard.
Yeah,
You
the
gotta
book
get everything
report was due, and you're just like, you know what? I've read most of it. I'll just write on most of it.
That's right.
We all know how it. I do
Couldn't
love
find that
the
Sparks
eagle
Sense
call though. I
library.
mean, it's like the same with Lord of the Rings. I mean, just take the eagle,
It's
fly,
just like,
drop the ring.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the Eagles.
Yeah, eagles.
It's just like
Those are
the
easiest
ace
way
out
to
of
tie
the
any
boot.
of that up.
Yeah. And I'm sad that Agent Smith wasn't in it more. In those elves. I guess they're from the. I guess they're from the
Yeah.
north more.
The elves
So
got it
different
hard,
region.
okay? Like, not only do they have to deal with, like, all these world wars in Mordor, then they fuck off to the North Pole, and now they gotta build Santa's toys all the time. Like, how fair is that?
That's true. They have a lot of
Yeah,
responsibilities.
And
They
make
take on
make
it all.
tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's what they're good at, but
Yeah. But we never find out. Do they ever get those damn star white diamond? Like, I mean, there's so many open-ended things
true.
still. We don't know what
Well,
happened.
do they show up anywhere in the Lord of the Rings series?
No.
The diamonds?
Not the
'Cause that would
diamonds,
be
I don't
pretty
think.
obvious.
Probably in the
Yeah.
books.
We
Like
probably
the
Shouldn't have left it
yeah.
out.
the book, the movies cut a lot of shit out that the books don't have. Like
The chick's a badass. The white chick.
Yeah. she killed it.
Galadriel?
Sure. Yeah, that's awesome. I wouldn't fuck with her.
No.
No.
I was
She
waiting
knows.
for someone to yell, "You shall not pass."
So do you
but
think
there's
that's
no one.
why?
Yeah, you'd
Do you think that's why they find the ring in the Lord of the Rings, but have all of a sudden forgotten about it, even though they just talked about Sauron and stuff? But then she banishes him nameless. Does that like, so everyone kind of over a period of time forgets him because he loses his name due to the fact that she?
No, I think they're just like kind of hoping he doesn't do anything. Like just
Well, and then Saruman, so like, I got this, guys. Calm down.
Right, of
And we
course.
all
That's
know
the
what happens
foreshadowing.
there.
into
Is there
that,
gonna be
yeah.
another movie for like him, the Chronicles of?
You
Could be a spin-off.
Where-
You could totally
I
pull
would
that
see
off.
that. I would watch
Saruman's little side adventure.
Yeah, you know,
What the
to
fuck
bring in
happened
the
to
Dark
Sauron?
Lord back. But yeah, that's, I don't know, because you know when in the first Lord of the Rings, you know, Gandalf
Oh,
has to
definitely.
go off and
Talk to him.
read some book and figure out that it is the One Ring. It's like, but he kind of knows now, but is it
He
over a
doesn't know
period
that
of
it's
time
the one
magic?
ring. He's like, oh,
No,
yeah,
just a
Hobbit's got
magic ring.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, we're just gonna leave it with you. It's totally fine.
He
You've
didn't
got a
know
magic
it was
ring.
the real deal back then.
No, but either way, he's got
Learning.
I don't know.
Gotta grow
That
as
just
a
seems,
person.
he seems so nonchalant about the whole.
Well, I think at the end, like his statement, that didn't make sense until you're talking about it now, but his statement that, you know, you're such a small creature in this big wide world, that's basically saying, okay, the ring's in a safe place because nobody's going to look in the
Right,
Shire
that makes
for
sense.
a ring.
That makes
That's
sense.
the only way that
Right.
line makes sense. Because the whole ending to Gandalf's last scene there just didn't make sense to me, and then having like a scene of him just walking away is like, is this your way of saying goodbye? Like,
Apparently it was.
it
No,
seems
Gandalf
like...
always just fucks off when everyone needs him and then comes back
Sure.
in the end.
Just in time to save the day.
I was here the whole
Yeah.
time, guys. The
Yeah.
whole time.
He's got a hero
Figure it
complex.
out
He's
on
got to
their
save
own.
everyone.
Yeah,
so.
Personal
exactly.
growth is important for everyone.
Exactly, you know,
have Gandalf
like when they're at
save the
that
day all the
big,
time.
what the heck's that place in the second Lord of the Rings? First one? For Rohan, you know, they go to the big...
Helm's Deep.
Jinx, you owe me pop, motherfucker, yes!
Yeah, and then, you know, the battle's about to end, you're getting to that sad part, and then, oh, over the horizon comes...
Gandalf.
Watch for me on the east on the 5th day.
And on the 7th day, Gandalf rose. Wait, that's not Easter.
That was after
story.
the first movie.
But yeah,
The
I just,
Balrog.
he does it a lot. He does have a hero complex.
He does.
He does. He's
Anyway, I would still say go see it, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just I didn't think it
It's
was
a
that good.
cinematic adventure in
wasn't-
itself.
I'm curious. I'm hopeful if this 3D would be worth it. I'm glad we saw it in 2D because I think the 3D would have not
See
have
it
been
in
as
3D
great.
again.
But it's definitely something that I would go and see in
Worse.
3D.
I think it needs high frame rate. Don't care about.
I think we need to try the D box. Is it the D box?
Yeah, where
It sounds really dirty, but no, it's a real thing where you like your seats vibrate and
Yeah.
you get like
dirty.
extra.
How do they call it that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Diana box?
The D box.
The
Diana
D-box.
box? Oh, no, just...
Yeah. I don't think they're throwing
That was the
Everybody
first thing
enjoys
that
a
I thought
Diana
about.
box.
There you go. But yeah,
Reading that.
check it out.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, but don't expect anything too good. I mean,